Welcome to African Folktales with Francis, where every story carries a heartbeat. Long ago, before tar roads and tall buildings, there was a wide land of red earth and tall grass called Akana Plains. In the middle of this land stood a strong kingdom known as Zaramoko. Zaramoko was not rich in gold, but it was rich in people. Farmers planted yams and millet. Fishermen pulled silver fish from the river at sunrise. Traders walked dusty paths with baskets on their heads, singing songs to make the long journeys feel shorter. At the center of the kingdom stood a clay palace with a wide open yard. In that yard, elders gathered every evening to talk about the day, the harvest, and the future. The king of Zaramoko was King Sadiq, a tall man with tired eyes but a calm voice. He ruled with fairness and the people trusted him. His only son was Prince Malik. Malik was not proud or loud. He liked to walk through the village alone, greeting children and helping old men fix broken fences. The people said, "This prince listens more than he speaks." And because of that, they believed he would be a good king one day. One year the rain did not come on time. The farms became dry. The river became narrow. The wind carried dust instead of cool air. The king called for Asha, the oldest and wisest woman in the land. She had seen 3 kings rise and fall. She sat on a low stool in the palace yard and looked at the sky for a long time. Then she said, "This is not only a season of dry land. It is a season of dry hearts." The elders leaned closer. Asha turned to Prince Malik and spoke slowly. "Your name is known beyond our borders. Some people do not speak it with respect. They speak it with hunger." The king frowned. "What do you mean?" She replied, "There is a war leader in the north who believes that taking your son will give him power over this land. He is already gathering men." Prince Malik felt his chest grow heavy. Asha continued, "If they cannot find Malik, they cannot fight for Malik." The yard became silent. Not many weeks later, messengers ran into Zaramoko with fear in their eyes and dust on their clothes. They said, "A large group of fighters has reached the northern villages. They are asking for Prince Malik by name. They say if they do not get him, they will burn the farms and take the people." Fear spread like fire in dry grass. The king called the warriors. The elders argued. The mothers held their children close. That night, Prince Malik could not sleep. He heard the sounds of crying from faraway houses. He heard the wind hit the palace walls. He walked into the yard and looked at the stars. He whispered to himself, "If my name is the reason my people will suffer, then my name must leave this land." Before the sun rose, Malik packed a small bag. He removed his fine clothes and wore simple ones. He walked into his father's room and knelt beside the bed. "Father," he whispered, "forgive me for what I must do to protect you and our people." He left the palace quietly. At the edge of the kingdom, he met a woman carrying firewood. She asked, "Young man, what is your name?" Malik stopped. He looked back once at the land where he had been a prince. Then he said, "My name is Keto. I am just a traveler." From that day, Prince Malik became Keto. Keto walked through villages and towns he had never entered as a prince. He worked on farms, planting and harvesting under the hot sun. He slept in small huts. He ate simple food. People talked to him freely because they did not know who he was. He heard their complaints. He heard their hopes. He heard their fears. One old man said, "We don't need a king who sits high. We need a king who knows how heavy a hoe feels." Those words stayed in Keto's heart. He helped fix broken roofs. He carried sick children to healers. Slowly, people began to respect him not because of a name but because of his actions. Back in Zaramoko, the enemy arrived. They shouted, "Bring us Prince Malik." King Sadiq stood in front of his people and said, "There is no Malik here." The enemy did not believe him. They attacked the farms and tried to scare the people. But something strange happened. The villagers did not run. The farmers stood with sticks and tools. The warriors stood with shields. The women and elders guided the children to safety and brought water and food to the defenders. The people became one body. After many days, the enemy grew tired. They had no prince to capture and no easy victory. They left. Zaramoko still stood. Years later, a strong young man walked back into Zaramoko. He was taller, quieter, and his eyes carried stories. The old wise woman Asha saw him first. She smiled and said, "You left as a name. You have returned as a leader." The man knelt before King Sadiq. "Father, I am Malik. I was also Keto." The king held him and cried. The people gathered around. They recognized him not by his face but by his heart. When Malik became king, he did not wear heavy gold. He wore simple beads like the farmers. He told the people, I will rule as Malik and remember life as Keto. The elders gave him a new title. King Malakito, the king who walked away to learn how to lead. Chapter 9, The Lesson of the Land. Under his rule roads were repaired. Farms grew. Voices were heard. He walked through the villages every week, listening, not ordering. And parents told their children this story. A name, a crown, or a palace does not make a true leader. A true leader is made by the people he chooses to walk with. Moral story. Sometimes you must leave who you are to become who your people need. If this story touched you, subscribe and keep African stories alive.